Hi, friends. Welcome to our Sunday stream. It's so great to see y'all on here. Thank you so much for joining us. Um, we are so grateful for y'all. This has been quite an intense chapter for the parts of us in Ellis who are in LA. And I just, first of all, wanted to express gratitude. Thank y'all so much for all the incredibly kind and thoughtful and supportive messages that you've been sending to us. It just means the world to us. And um, I know that there are so many of you out there that can relate to this, is that when your community is going through uh, trauma and horrible tragedy, that it's amazing to see how communities can come together to support each other. And so we are all okay, a little shaken, but we're all in one piece, and just so grateful to be okay. Grateful to y'all. We Some of us did have to evacuate, and that was a really intense time. Some of us didn't have power for a span of time. There was ashes everywhere. I don't even know how to describe it in words. It's just kind of hard to put it all into words, but it's something where we're all, I think, just kind of processing it now. So. But and we know a lot of people. I think the worst part of it, I don't know a single person in LA that was unaffected. So every single one of us knows somebody that has lost a home or a business, and that's I think especially tragic. And I think as a whole, a lot of us are really hurting right now. But that being said, I think when you go through things on the other side of it, you can reflect and say, like, okay, one of the most amazing parts of going through this experience is just seeing the incredible amount of um, people that came together, like seeing all the donations and the volunteering and just people just wanting to help. So I think that's really beautiful. So yes, we had some requests for some updates about the band and how we were doing. And so there you have it. And if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat. So yes, seeing some really sweet friends on here. DC Stevens says, shaken, not stirred. Yes, oh, slightly shaken, but not stirred. Thank you, Amia, for the panda hugs. Yes. Yeah, so how is everyone today? How is everyone on all the sides of the world and the coasts? Hazel, how are you?
Doing well. It's so weird because we are starting another snowstorm right as we speak.
Wow.
So
Oh my
just the
gosh.
Oh boy.
dichotomy of, kind of feeling what you all are going through and being worried about that, and then being in the middle of these blizzards out here is
Oh,
so polar opposite and
it's
weird.
crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
How does one prepare for a snowstorm?
That's a great question. For some reason, people just love their toilet paper. That was like something I'll never understand with COVID, and I just like think it's just an American way when there's a snowstorm or a pandemic, the toilet paper aisles just get taken out. So
Oh my
for some
gosh.
reason, toilet paper is on that list. But, we make sure we go grocery shopping and we get everything that we need for the next few days, just not knowing like how bad the roads are going to be and how much access you're going to have to the outside world. Generally speaking, things get, canceled. Like inauguration was moved indoors. So thankfully, I won't be getting hypothermia tomorrow. So yeah, things like that. Just a lot of quick changes, a lot of quick movement.
Yeah, I'm seeing in the chat here, Alex is mentioning that it's snowing Massachusetts, and Russell is asking how much snow you have right now. Has it started?
Well, what was interesting, the first one it had to have been 12 inches of snow. We were out there, measuring it. And I think we're supposed to get somewhere between 3 and 7 this one. So not as bad as the first one, but we'll be getting some snow. It's
Mm,
on its way right now.
wow, gotcha. Vic is mentioning that Pensacola is bracing for some ice and snow on Tuesday. That's crazy. Wow. Do y'all normally get snow in that part of the world? Wow. Um, yeah, snow is not normal for LA. Though we've had snow before. We've had a little bit of snow. It's been snowing ashes here, so that's not really the
Yeah,
same. But
Yeah, it's so scary.
yeah.
So
it's
scary.
it's
Yeah.
it's so surreal because like on my porch there's literally like there's like a layer of ash, and I haven't touched it yet because it's sort of traumatic just to know that it's probably or possibly somebody's belongings or house
Mm,
or whatever. Like it's just crazy, like it's like what do you do? Like I don't know. It's crazy. So
yeah, yeah,
there's
it's
Ash.
so scary. I couldn't stop thinking about you all. Just obviously, I was just yeah. It's gonna be such a recovery effort, and I would love to be able to make it out there and help at some point. If there's any sort of organized. Yeah, no, it's just so horrible. So
Yeah.
a lot
Yeah,
of
I
people
mean,
are thinking about y'all from over here for sure.
yeah, we've been seeing just amazing amounts of outreach. People have been messaging us and making sure that we're okay. And I just think that's just so incredibly sweet and thoughtful. Because nobody has to, right? Like, you don't have to do that. And I think it's just amazing when people are like, hey, there are people that might be going through something. Let me reach out. And I think that's awesome.
Mhm.
And I feel like that's it's a real gift to be in community and friends with people who care about you. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's amazing.
for
I'm seeing speaking of snow, there's different people that are sharing their snow inches. I'm seeing John Stewart mentioning 17 inches of snow in Kansas. That is crazy. That's so much snow. I
There's
don't
a
know
lot.
what I
That's a
would
lot
do
of
for
snow.
myself. That's a lot of
I
snow.
I freaking
And
love
oh,
snow though.
sorry.
I don't know. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Go on.
Oh
Yeah,
no, you
it is
grew up in
it's
snow though,
beautiful.
right? You grew up in,
Yeah.
in New
Yeah,
York, so you're used
I
to
miss
the
it.
snow.
Snow
I miss
kid.
it now, but when you're in it, it's definitely it's a whole sucky story. You know? But I'm like, it snowed out here a few years ago, like in the mountains, actually where the fires were, and I went hiking up like while it was snowing, and it was the most majestic, beautiful hiking experience. And I forever will always want to do like snow hiking. It's
Mm,
so peaceful and calm.
yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I think it's amazing you were mentioning volunteer efforts. People have been share. I mean, it's on all kinds of social media where you can donate or volunteer in whatever forms. Some people are very attuned to human life, which is amazing, and same with the wildlife. Um, and
Yeah,
a lot of restoration all around needs to be done here. So there's going to be a lot of rebuilding for sure. But I'm seeing like
yeah,
so many GoFundMe's that are getting a lot of love, and that's just amazing. It's blowing my mind because I'm just seeing so many organizations and people that have been like so supported. And yeah, rebuilding is I've rebuilt many different chapters of my life. And I mean, nothing like this, but it's just, it's one of those things where you just have to kind of take things one step at a time. And can't think too far ahead because it can be very overwhelming when you're like, oh my
Mhm.
God, I have this whole universe and world that I need to rebuild, and you just have to just take it one tiny little step at a time. So, yeah.
yeah. I'm definitely one of the things I'm thinking about doing is there have been some requests like on our and Facebook. There's like all these Facebook groups local to us, so it's like there's people that are looking for some help, just like organizing. So I might lend my time in terms of like making a website or something like that to help like centralize that effort, because people are like looking to connect with other people. So that's one thing I'm thinking of doing, but we'll see how it pans out. They just want to use Facebook, then we'll just use that. But
Mhm.
yeah, there's a lot that we
John,
can do.
John Horn is asking if we've posted something for help or if he's missed it. We've been posting it in our stories, like different places that you can help out. And we'll continue doing that, like just different places. Nothing for us personally, just wanting to, help the different organizations or people here in community who need it the most. But thank you for asking. I think that's awesome. We did a live stream last week for one of my friends who lost his home. He's just an amazing person who had worked for decades in the music industry and like lost literally everything. And so just seeing like how much support he got on his GoFundMe was amazing. So for those of you that tuned in, thank you so much for doing that. So awesome.
Yeah.
William on Facebook is mentioning that they've never seen snow. Relatable. I mean, I grew up in Texas, so I did see some snow. And my half of my family is from Thailand, which obviously never snows. So the first time I was actually in fake snow, I didn't know how to walk in it. I was like, what do I do with my feet? Like, how do you walk in all this snow? No.
It's fun.
Yes. Do you have special snow boots, Hazel?
I surprisingly, I just wear Uggs like good old California girl.
I love it.
Nice.
And people out here are like, I like those boots. And I was like, I love California beach boots.
Your cute little feet.
Yes, in little Uggs.
Yes. Hi, Matt. Matt Parsha from St. Louis is tuning in and saying hi. Hello. It's great to see you here.
Matt made the awesome little figurine of Tash.
Yeah, that's an amazing artist.
Love that.
Mm-hmm. Amia is asking Hazel, when was the first time that you saw snow?
Oh, I used to go skiing when I was a kid, so I've been familiar with snow, but living in it was when I moved out here. Yeah, and that's very, very different.
Yeah, definitely. Alex is mentioning having knee-length Doc Martens for the snow. Yes, I imagine boots are very handy for sure. Yes. Yeah, it doesn't really get all that cold in LA. It gets a little cold, but not anything in comparison to like other parts of the country. So
it's chilly now, but it's like cold here is like in the upper 40s, I think. We're like, oh man, this is cold.
Yeah.
But now we're just more like concerned about dry weather. We're like, oh no, it's dry. What's gonna happen?
Right.
Yeah. Can't wait for the rain. It's gonna be so amazing when it rains out here.
Yeah.
I like it. So DC Stevens is sharing that walking in the snow isn't a big deal unless the snow is super deep. Walking on ice, however, is a different story. Most in the upper Midwest know about the penguin walk for ice. That's so cute. Penguin walk.
It's true. You gotta
do a little penguin walk.
That's right.
Either that or just completely embrace it and just slide.
That might be kind of fun.
Yeah. It's fun until you like crash.
Until you crash. Yeah, that might not be so fun.
But it's still fun. I think it's still fun, especially if there's like a big snowbank and you just fly into it and it's fun.
Yeah.
I'm with it. But yeah, for anyone who's on the stream now, feel free to ask any questions you might have for the band. We're excited. We're doing our tea time right after this, and we'll be sharing some in progress new music, brand new music with our inner circle. So if you're going to be on for that, definitely looking forward to sharing what we've been working on. We're pretty close with the current song, and Haezl will get to hear your vocals too.
Yeah.
So it sounds really cool.
Yay. Yes. That was so fun.
Yeah, we're doing a song for my friend Mike with his project XRL7. It's a really awesome little pixelated animated art series on YouTube. And so we're doing a song for one of the shows. Yeah, that's a work in progress, but we're getting very, very close. So yeah, we're excited. We're rounding the corner with it and already starting to work on the next song for our As Above, So Below album. So yes, music is still happening in the midst of all the things.
Yeah.
It's funny because we didn't have power for almost a week, I think. And so, but still, it's like I feel like you try to find a sense of normalcy in some way. So like housing up in cafes and just trying to go about business as usual, just to kind of keep your mind off of things, I think was really helpful. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the music continued. So yes, thank goodness for music.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
Scott, go ahead.
Oh no, I just yeah, I like all the memories of the last few weeks have just been like, whoa. So just remembering the lack of power for a while, and yeah, definitely interesting times.
How much is it contained right now?
I think it's pretty good. I think the Eaton fire is like at least 60% contained. You know, like it hasn't been too windy, so I'm not sure. Like I feel like sometimes I'm not sure what like the news is saying like to the country or the world, but like it's the fires aren't doing much right now, you know, and hopefully they'll continue to be put out. But yeah, definitely contained right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, Eugene is saying hi from Colorado. Howdy, howdy. Hope you're doing well in Colorado. Love it there. That's definitely a favorite place for us to visit. Alex asking if winter is a quiet time for all of us, or do we take the cold months to work on projects? I kind of find that year round we're always pretty active. I mean, there's a sense of hibernation for sure. Um, in the sense that there's introspection that happens, which is awesome. But yeah, we've been really active in terms of like the actual creation. So we've been really putting in some love and some time into the music that's about to come out. So I'm excited for that. So yeah, it's and especially because we're not on tour right now, it allows for us to have that time and that space and energy to be able to do that. Because when we're actively touring, it's so much harder to put the music out. So yeah, it's gonna allow us to be able to finish As Opposed to Below this year, which we're really excited to share.
Yeah, very excited.
So William is sharing that he does music as well and does music by ear. That's awesome. I think that's so many amazing musicians I've worked with, also do music by ear as well. I feel like that you essentially really have to. You have to have it's the art of listening. You know, when you're collaborating and creating, it's like you really have to have that ear to be able to piece things together and to think about like, okay, well, how do all these elements like fit together? So yeah, listening is absolutely essential when it comes to
Yeah,
makings of music. Yeah,
it's kind of hard to do music without listening, so
yeah,
it's important,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah. I think one of the things, oh, Matt Harsha was asking about the work on the new album. So yeah, we're in progress. I think the goal is probably like fall, when we're gonna have everything finished. And then doing like a really special album release show. And yeah, putting it out there into the world. So that's kind of like the plan.
Yeah, we've been
Yeah.
very productive so far. We've have one song almost done and started working on the next one already,
Hmm.
which is
Yeah.
a song called Say My Name, and then we'll continue. And I mean, we already have like a bunch of material from the previous releases, but we want to try to like round everything off with some new stuff and put out the double album by the end of the year.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the goal. And then we have like other things that are brewing as well. So but that's the first thing that we wanted to finish. I think it's I think this year, at least for me, I kind of set the intention of like completion for a lot of the projects that I've been working on, and the writings I've been working on. Just finished a short story that I'm super excited about. So not exactly sure how to release it into the world, but at least it's done. Um, I feel like I always have like millions of things that I want to do. So I was like, okay, just go down the list and just start finishing
Mhm.
it one at a time. So yeah. I took the holidays to finish that. So and other stories are brewing as well. So yes.
That's wonderful.
Um,
Mm.
yeah. William is asking about an email list. I'm not sure if you could repeat the question. That would be
What was
awesome. 'Cause I'm not sure if you had a question about the
he
email list.
said? I'm not sure if you saw on YouTube. I mentioned about the email list, so he must have said something on YouTube. Let's see.
Yeah.
This is a great time to get questions answered, and we really appreciate it.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I don't see his comment on YouTube, but yeah, feel free to ask wherever, and we'll try to answer it to the best
Yeah.
of our ability.
Yeah, thank you for your
Um,
patience. Sometimes things in the chat get lost in the mix, so thank you for repeating the question. Ryden is asking about Kickstarter for and some of the ideas that we're talking about. Yes, we'll definitely be sharing that out. I think it's one of the things on the bucket list that we're definitely going to start piecing together. So yes,
yeah, for sure. The Kickstarter, we want to put it out. Like it'll definitely get launched when we're ready with all the music and everything. Because I think with the Kickstarter, it's important. It's like you just got to have everything, all the pieces ready to go, and then boom, it's ready to go. I don't know.
yeah,
Those are the best
yeah.
ones.
Matt Harsha on Facebook is mentioning that he's been putting together materials for the Tash figures for the album release and making good progress on it. That is
Yeah.
exciting. Yeah, for those who are new, Matt put together this amazing Tosh figurine, and so that's going to be included when we um, release our album. So we'll have a lot of fun things that we're going to like create,
Mm.
and we want to work with different artists around the creation of As Above, So Below, because that's a big part of the Alice universe is the collaborative art making and creation. So we're excited to
Yes.
team up with our friends. Amia is asking about New Orleans again this year. Yes, that is definitely in the works. So we will share out details about that. We're going to be putting together some shows, I think, in the fall, and returning. Um, we're figuring it out, but right now, we're the Absolution Fest in Florida got canceled because of the hurricanes last fall. I feel like we're dealing with a lot of natural disasters and elements lately. But as long as everything looks good, we're going to be returning to actually get to perform at the festival. And we'll be planning like a New Orleans experience as well in October. And it would be so wonderful to get to spend time together again. We had such an amazing time this past year. And so that's definitely something near and dear to our hearts is being able to like spend the weekend together there. It is a very magical experience for sure.
Yeah. For those that don't know what it is, New Orleans, every year almost we've been going to New Orleans during the Halloween season and doing like a big like weekend long experience where we hang out for the entire weekend and we essentially create like this whole guided experience and tour through the city, go to our favorite spots, and like go to some awesome haunted places, eat some meals together, go to the swamp and hang out with alligators. So yeah, we'll be putting out a ton of information about that as probably like more closer to the spring. We'll start releasing info about it. And yeah, so definitely if anyone is interested, let us know and we'll reach out to you. But we'll be communicating more like as the year progresses and we, you know, continue moving forward.
So cool. Sabrina is mentioning that Wide Awake has been a mantra to get through the current world that we live in. I love that. I I am definitely a person that will latch on to certain songs in certain times where I'm like, I have to listen to this song over and over and over,
Mm.
and it really speaks to me and helps me. So that is awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Sabrina was also asking about System Sin. Speaking of collaborations, we're actually going to have Clint on one of our Sunday streams, actually this coming Sunday for our Unwritten Rules of the Road series. And we'll be chatting about System Sin and all kinds of fun stuff. Scott and I and Steve as well all play in System Sin, and so yeah, that'll be really fun to get to chat with Clint. We see him regularly, and we're always like, musing on fun things that we want to collaborate and create together. So, yes, music's from System Sin are definitely going to be happening.
Yeah.
Yes.
We always happy to collaborate with Clint. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Russell is asking if we've ever done a vampire tour in New Orleans. I believe we have actually. We've done like the vampire and ghost tour.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's very, very cool. New Orleans has quite a history, and yes, we love the spooky times in New Orleans for sure.
Last year was Hazel's first time in New Orleans. What did you think of the whole thing? Because we've been doing it for a few years now, but I think it was your first time. So love to know what you thought.
I loved it.
Yeah.
It really is. There is a really an energy there for sure that is palpable. So I loved it. I loved just hanging out with everyone. I was too short. That's my only complaint. I have to go back.
Hmm.
Yes, absolutely. I know. I feel like every time it's sort of like, oh, I wanted to do that one thing. Like it's really hard to squeeze it all in because there's so much to do for sure. So
Yeah.
yeah, more
We'll
reasons
probably
to
do
come back.
we'll probably do some of the same and then some different stuff too. And we always try to make it better. So like for people who were there in the past years, let us know what you liked, what you didn't like, and we could build it based on you. So
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
Agree.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So we are in, well, we still have a few weeks left of January, but how is it going for everyone? Besides all the hullabaloo. Hopefully January has been kind of slowly but surely starting the year off, and you know, it's so funny. I feel like a lot of people I know, myself included, like we set intentions, and I have yet to see like things happen the way I'm like, okay, and then I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this. This year, like the bang happened very quickly, where it's like, okay, we're gonna just have to put a pause on that, and we'll just have to
Yeah.
restart the engine
Just
again,
like,
do
okay.
a redo again. So,
It
yeah,
was
I
like
don't know. He still
the
has.
whole year. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
I was gonna say the whole year basically happened in a week. And we're like,
Yeah,
all
we're
right.
we're gonna do a do-over now. There's a do-over happening. Yes.
Oh man. Let's see. We got some more questions in the chat. Um, Parish Knight's asking, how much are you involved in sound engineering? I've always been very impressed with how you sound on my AirPods. And I just wanted to say thank you so much. We do everything ourselves. I do all the mixing and production. Personally, I've got my own little setup that I've been using for quite a few years now. And so I know it really well. And I always make sure that it sounds good in the earphones. That's my goal. And I also have AirPods too. So like I always check mixes on them. So that's one of my goals is to make it sound as good as possible. So thank you.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Yeah.
I see Heather saying okay so far. Steve is saying hello from Indianapolis. It's so great to see you, Steve. Um, Alex is saying surprisingly positive so far. That's awesome. Really glad to hear that. Um, I'm hearing sending some love to you, John. You were mentioning too many doctors, and I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you are on a road to recovery. Richie is mentioning that I am wearing your favorite Nick shirt. I love it.
Nice.
Love the Nick
Yes.
shirt. Unplug January and plug it back in. You know,
I saw that. Yeah.
I love it.
I might have to steal that. Who said that? George Watkins. I'm quoting you.
That should be on a t-shirt, honestly. Like I would wear that shirt.
Yeah, yeah. Here.
But then you'd have to make one for every month too, because no. Well, hopefully.
In January in particular, right?
You would. Or you just have like a little Velcro so you can like replace a month with a new Velcro.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Instead of having 12 March. You just have 12 little Velcros. You just, okay, it's March.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully we got the worst out of the way for this year and it's not going to just, continue.
We're going to knock on some wood here.
I need a nap.
I love Tash is saying, have you tried restarting the calendar?
Yeah.
Can we do that, please?
Yeah. That's like, it reminds me of IT. Because I used to work a lot of IT jobs and it's like, something's wrong with it, just unplug it and plug it back in. So exactly.
Yeah. It fixes it a lot of the time.
Yeah.
What's the average amount of times that works, like, or the percentage?
At least 60 to 70%, I would say.
That's hilarious.
And it's like, yeah. As a IT person too, it's like even, doing that sometimes is not easy for people. Just like, is the power cable plugged into the computer? Did you make sure that, the power strip is on? It's like, it's important. You just got to turn it off and turn it back on. And, yeah, it's a whole thing. Yes.
Yeah, I think that should apply to the calendar as well, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard when the electricity gets knocked out in your whole entire neighborhood, but they'll eventually turn it back on. Let's see.
Oh, so DC Stevens is saying, Scott, would you like to share your best apocryphal IT support story?
Well, I just had a memory. Well, I used to work at Center Theater Group here in LA. So basically it's a collection of it's like a theater organization. They run 3 large theaters here in the downtown area. And I was their IT person, one of their IT people out there anyways. And in one of the theaters, they have all their servers set up. So it's like their 2 Exchange servers and like a bunch of switches and all kinds of stuff. And one day there was something wrong with the servers. Like they're like, not responding and all that fun stuff. So I went up there into the server room and there's like this cooling unit in the server room that basically overflowed with water. And it was not a good situation because you don't want to mix water and electricity and stuff. So, but then I lost the key to get out of the room. So I was trapped for a while. And because there was like a security locking mechanism for some reason, it locked me on the inside. So that was a fun time.
Oh my gosh. What? Wait, explain further.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Scott's like, it's no big deal. Like, wait, what?
Just another day in the life of a
of IT.
I don't know.
I feel like you often get locked into rooms or bathrooms. This is the theme. This is the theme.
It happened in Algeria.
Because the universe just wants to see how Scott's going to handle it and how he's going to engineer his way out. Like it's learning from you. Actually, it's putting you in those positions so it can watch you and learn.
Artificial intelligence. That's what it is. Yeah. It's trying to.
What are those? Oh, escape. It's like your own escape room. wherever you go.
Yes,
Ooh, life is
exactly.
escape
Ooh,
room. Yeah.
yes.
Mhm, mhm.
Mhm. Do you
That is my
guys like
life.
Tosh? Do you like those? We should do one.
I yes,
Oh
that would
yeah,
be so
yeah,
fun. It
yeah. We
would be
should do
I
an
super
escape
love
room.
fun.
them. Yeah.
Yes,
I wonder if
we
there's
did
a
one with
escape.
our friends in Icentilla. They came and visited here in LA, and so we did like a group band outing where we did an escape room, and it was super fun. So
That's so
we should
fun. What was the
definitely do.
theme?
I think it was like a medieval in a castle
It was
kind of
really cool.
thing.
Oh
That's
my
cool.
god.
Yeah. It's really fun
We
to see how people problem solve. I think that's really fun because everybody's so uniquely talented in different ways. And so like some
Yeah.
people are great with puzzles and you know, some people are great with like the hide and seek factor. So
Right. Some people just look at everything like, and they'll just go about and you're like, oh, I would never have thought to look like over there in that under that thing or
yeah,
some
totally.
people want to tear everything like and pull things up and you're like, oh wait.
Like brute force it.
Yeah.
How about you? What was your escape room experience?
Oh, I've done so many. This last one I did with family was really cool because they had separate jail cells and they split us all into a different jail cell and they
Oh, you're
handcuffed
in
Whoa.
each of
jail.
us.
What?
So there were 6 jail cells and we were each in a different one locked away from each other and we had to like have clues in your jail cell that helped another person and then it was kind of like you had to break each other out and then you had to work together to break out of the jail. But that was I was shook when they brought us in and it was like, no, you each go into your own jail cell and have to help each other out. I thought that was cool.
That sounds crazy. That
That
sounds
is,
scary.
yes.
But,
Yeah.
Yeah. It
oh
was
man.
pretty good.
Brett is
I wonder if they have
mentioning
a
that rage rooms
yeah.
are better. A rage room would be very fun. I've never done one, but I've heard about people doing them, and it seems like it'd be very fun.
We should do that
Yes.
too. We should do that too.
Yes. Bucket list.
Fan bedroom. Yeah, bucket list.
And Richie
Yeah.
is mentioning that they got an Alice train hand painted. That is amazing. So cool.
Oh, and I
Yeah.
think it's an idea for something. I'm not sure, but it sounds awesome. I'll go right on the Alice train. That sounds fun.
That's I love Sean Allgood's very sweet question is what is everyone's favorite childhood toy they still remember? Um, yeah,
Childhood toy.
childhood toy.
I had it. I had a dump truck. It was awesome. And
Oh,
I'd play in the sand and I'd move sand from one pile to the other and it was so cool. I was like, I love my little dump truck. It
Aw,
was a good toy.
yay.
it's a good
plus
toy.
my Nintendo was awesome too. But the dump truck
Nintendo
was
is
cool.
awesome. That was yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. And the dump truck.
What is everyone's favorite childhood toys?
That's a good one.
Mia's sharing that they have a teddy bear named Pinky that is super cute.
Yeah,
Yes. I
that's a
see
hard
a
question.
G.I. Joe that they used to blow up with fireworks.
Sounds like a proper childhood activity.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
proper.
Mhm.
Man.
Yeah. Light Bright and Legos. Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
I just loved all
Um,
my stuffed animals. I used to make little movies with them, and I figured out how to do stop motion, so I I would, like, and, like, make them talk and stuff. My parents gave me a video camera, so, like, I had all these stuffed animals and Barbies, and I would make little movies with them.
that sounds
I
awesome.
love it.
Oh
Oh, so give
man.
us an example. Give us an example of a sequence.
Okay, so I had one that was, the Amazon Trail and was based off of a very old video game that was based off the Oregon Trail, and I made my version of the Amazon Trail with all my stuffed animals, and I mean, I can't remember, like, I know one, like, flew, like, out of the frame at some point being scared, and another was, like, had yellow fever, and I, like, put yellow on it, like, I really did went, here, like,
Nice.
level 10. Sure, I have them somewhere. Actually, my dad's been
Oh,
sending me videos, so it's like
I
he used to
love
do that
it.
with my grandma's dog too. I would do magic tricks and make a movies with her, and where she'd
With
disappear
the
and appear
dog.
somewhere in the house, and like,
Was the dog a willing participant?
yeah, she was a little Shih Tzu. Yeah, this little floppy thing.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Seeing lots
I
of fun toys in the. Oh, sorry, Scott. Go ahead.
I was gonna say one of my favorite things to do. It wasn't so much a toy, but it was like a bicycle. So I had a bike, and it was like the best thing in the world to go riding around the neighborhood with my friends. So I did that a lot,
Mm,
causing trouble probably,
causing
but
trouble.
in general,
Yes, a bike is
yeah.
quintessential.
Mhm.
Seeing all kinds of fun toys in the chats. A Light Bright and Legos, Nintendo Shrinky Dinks, Lincoln Logs, Plasticine, um, Star Wars collection,
Nice.
Hungry Hippos. That sounds so fun. Easy
Yeah,
Bake
that was
Oven.
a fun one. Easy Bake Oven. Oh, do you remember those the pet store? What were those?
Oh,
Pet shop?
the pet chia thing, the
I
chia
remember
pets.
Chia too, but do you remember those little
Oh,
pet store? Ah, I'll have to find that now. Pet shop toys.
I remember like these like rocks you could get. You guys remember
Oh,
That's
rocks?
right.
I do remember
I
Pet
got a rock
Rocks.
one. Yeah.
Pet Rocks.
You'd bring it to school and be like, "This is my pet rock," and everyone was like, "That's so cool. I want to get a pet rock."
Yeah, Pet
I see
Rocks.
some wisdom in the chat from DC Stevens, which is do not eat the silly putty.
No, no. Bleh. Oh, I just tasted. I just remembered
Mm.
that. Or the
Yeah,
Play-Doh. No, that's what I was thinking. Play-Doh.
that stuff was just like begging to be eaten though, because
No, so
you're like
salty.
a little kid and you're like, man, this is. Then you put some glue on it, just sort of like smother it, and yeah, that's a meal.
Oh my gosh.
Uh,
Right.
I want to
Yeah.
know if
Right.
anyone else ate ants.
Did you eat ants?
Yes.
What?
Oh my god.
No one else ate
Whoa.
ants. I feel like other people have said they like ants are gross. I was like, I used to eat them as a kid. Like,
What's
Oh, you're like, oh, it's like a
so you
little,
had like
it's
an
like a little
early Ozzy
snack.
Osbourne
Mm.
like upbringing.
Like, I had cricket
ah,
tacos once.
Yes.
That was interesting.
those
Keep
are
those
good.
ants and bats away from Hazel.
Ah. That's right.
Well, I mean, I guess they're sort of like little protein treats.
I mean,
Something like
I
that.
guess.
Ants are very peppery, like they're spicy.
Oh, I never would know that. I
At
wonder
least the
what
ones that
Reese's.
I used to eat. The
I'm
ones
gonna
in the
Yeah.
quote you
yard.
on that. That's awesome.
So
That is
if
on the
we're on
internet. It's
tour and
right.
we run out of pepper, we just need to sprinkle ants on whatever dish.
I'll bring a little baggie. Got the good
I
stuff,
Good to
mean,
guys.
know. Ooh.
I guess it depends on the strain. Like if they're like fire ants versus regular ants, and yeah, it's a whole thing.
Mm,
I'm definitely
mm.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
I did have cricket tacos once, which was
Yeah,
interesting.
those are good. What do
Yeah.
you would you were they just the crickets in the tortilla or was there something else?
It was like a whole sort of a gourmet taco. Actually, I had them while I was in
Mm.
Washington D.C. for on a tour with Android Lust and Mankind is Obsolete, and they're like, "We got cricket tacos, and who wants to try it?" And I was like, "All right, I'll try it." It wasn't bad. It was like it was had its had its own flavor, so it didn't taste disgusting, but it was still an interesting texture.
Yeah, crunchy. That's cool.
Oh boy.
What's the weirdest thing you've eaten, Tosh?
Oh, I have to think about that. Weirdest thing. I mean, I have to admit, I in Thailand, I was offered ant soup. I guess that is a thing there. And I did turn it down, so I couldn't work the courage to actually eat the
Oh.
ant soup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bitter melon too. I've tried it and I didn't like it at all. Like in my opinion, it is an acquired taste, but Thai people love bitter melon. My mom loves bitter melon, but I'm not a fan, so not in my
Is that
palate for
really
sure.
funky fruit?
It's like it's a vegetable. Well, I guess it's technically maybe a fruit because it sort of looks like a weird cucumber, I guess.
Okay.
I don't think it's very good though. So that's just my humble opinion. I do like durian. Like it's a fruit that's like a super spiky, stinky fruit. And it's
That might be
supposed
what
to
I
be
was
really,
thinking.
really good for you, and I love it. I actually really like. It's like a cut. It tastes like a really flavorful custard for me, but I think that is also an acquired taste, so not for
Yeah.
everybody. But
Durian
I'm a,
smells like stinky feet.
It does?
Mhm.
I think some
Wow.
people think that. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. It does. It's just
Have you
it's
ever
like
tried it, Hazel?
pungent.
I'd be
No.
down. I don't mind trying weird things.
Yeah, I really like it. And jackfruit
That's
too. I
awesome.
really like jackfruit. But jackfruit is not nearly as pungent as durian. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Jackfruit's awesome. I love it.
You can make a lot of things out of jackfruit too. Like you can
Mhm.
actually make things savory. So you can actually make like barbecue out of jackfruit,
Mhm.
that sort of
Yeah.
thing. So,
Yeah, a lot of
yeah.
like vegan restaurants uses it as a protein to make like, you know, vegan chicken and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm reading what some people are saying there.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
There's
There's
some,
just a
oh
lot of
yeah, there's some.
conversations
Salmon
happening there.
caviar is pretty good. Eel snails. I like eel snails. A bombardier beetle? Is that
Wow.
you eat that? Amia's had pig feet. I've never done that. My grandma used to eat those pickled pig feet.
Yeah, they got
Really?
them out here.
Wow.
I've seen
Where's
pictures.
your grandma from, Hazel?
She's actually from California. I'm like fourth
Oh,
generation
okay.
Californian. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. John Horner was like, here we're going with food again. I guess we always end up going
Here we
back
go
to
with
food.
food again.
I guess
Yeah.
it's a thing. Well, we clearly love food. So,
Mhm.
yes, we are all foodies here. Mad foodies.
So I guess going back to the original question, I am alone in this childhood eating of ants.
That's okay. We
No,
still love you.
there's been no confirmation of yes. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Jess is jumping on real quick to say hi. We're sending a
Hey,
lot of
Jess.
love and miss you too, Jess. So great to see you.
Hi, Jess.
And yeah,
Mm.
I love
I
that
know. I'm
everyone is sharing their weird food experiences in the chat.
Mhm.
I love that George Watkins is saying no one else will admit it. We all have our skeletons in the closet, right?
well, I used to. I mean,
Uh,
I used to eat dirt when I was little. I would just have like
Wow.
spoons of dirt, and I'd be like,
there's
and my
that
mom would
smell.
be so pissed. Yeah,
Oh, she'd be pissed.
yeah. She'd be like, why are you eating dirt again? I told you not to eat that.
Oh, Richie is
All right, we're
asking
getting
what's
it.
the hottest sauce we've ever eaten. That'd probably be in New Orleans when we went to Pepper Palace and you actually had to sign a waiver. And I don't remember the name of the sauce, but we had to sign a waiver to even try it, and it was hot. It was very hot.
What about the
Pepper
hot chip?
Palace.
We did the hot chip challenge in
Oh, the one chip
Albuquerque.
challenge.
The
One
one
chip
chip
Yeah,
challenge.
challenge that
Yeah.
I
one
did
of
not
our
do, which I'm very
we still have a video of me, Gordon, and Steve eating that one chip, and I was okay, but poor Gordon was hurting.
Oh, yeah, he said that was not great.
That was probably, yeah,
It,
that
it
was intense.
traumatized him. He's
I
talks about it still.
know.
He's like now he's actually able to eat spicier food though because of it.
Oh,
But
that's true. At least his
um
tolerance has gone up.
yeah,
Mhm.
but yeah, it was not good. And I refused to do it. I was like, there's no way. Like, no. There's a warning on
I
it
think
that
he
says you
said
might
he should have
die
gone to
again.
the hospital in hindsight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Steve was there. He was also an ER doctor. So we're like, all right, if we get into trouble, Steve might be able to help us, but he
Yeah.
was like, just, milkshake. Let's get some milkshake. So we went to Whataburger and
Oh, okay.
got some milkshakes, which was awesome.
It's a good milkshake.
Yeah, I think that was like kind of like the best milkshakes ever. Like after everybody had been spiced, we were like, "Oh my gosh, this is
Mhm.
amazing."
Yeah.
I'm a Whataburger girl myself anyway, having grown up in Texas, because that's like the big, thing. So Whataburger chip shakes were like, a big thing. But especially after being spiced,
Mhm.
I think everybody was like, "This is amazing."
Yeah.
Yeah. You did some hot sauce tasting though, yourself, Hazel. Were there
Oh,
any
yeah, you mean
specifically
in
spicy?
Noma?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I love spice. I actually, when you go to the store, like it's just nothing's ever very spicy, right? It's like it always is a disappointment, especially when you live out in the country and, being from California, I'm very disappointed in the
Mm-hmm.
spice in general. But I bought a can of this Rotel, just your, tomato and little green pepper, but it was the ghost pepper version. I was like, that can't be
Mm.
that spicy. That's not gonna be spicy. And I used it to make one of my, like, Instant Pot dishes, and it was inedible.
Mm. Is
It was inedible.
Oh no.
Mm.
We made some I made some lentils, and I thought of you because I was like, "Tosh makes some really good lentils. I'm gonna try lentils."
Aw, I
But
love
it
it.
was almost inedible because I used that ghost I did not think it was gonna be that spicy. So that if you want a kick and you can find that Rotel can in the grocery store, the ghost pepper kind, it is not lying.
Yeah.
It is truly ghostly and peppery.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, there's some hot peppers out there.
Mhm.
Seriously.
Oh, I see
What's
that
that?
today is
Yeah.
National Popcorn Day. That is awesome. I love popcorn.
Mm.
I associate movies and popcorn together, so happy Popcorn Day, everybody.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's any good movies out. That was one of the things when the fires hit and there was like no
Mm,
electricity or anything like that. I was like, this would be a good time to just like hole up in a movie theater somewhere. But so it'd be
right?
good to see if there's some movie
Yeah.
Wolfman's out. I don't know.
Any good movies that anyone's seen lately that they could suggest? I
Give me some
particularly could use
suggestions.
a good comedy. So if there's anything laughy, please send suggestions. Good series or movies are quite welcome.
Yeah.
Russell is asking if we're still making hot sauce. Indeed, we are. We do have our hot sauce that is ready to go. So if anybody would like some bottled truth, we have that in our arsenal. We do have tea as well. We have Drink Me and Dreamy. Unfortunately, our tea maker was in an accident, and so he's offline for a bit. We're currently out of the NYX chai tea. So anybody that's made an order for that, it's kind of on pause right now. We're sending Justin our good wishes and love as he's recovering. It's been an intense chapter for that part of our Dallas family. So. But we do have bottled truth and the other two teas. So yes.
Yeah, the hot sauce is amazing, and we've got a fresh supply, so you can order some if you're out of stock on your own cupboards. Get yourself some hot sauce.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I'm seeing some suggestions in the chat for some movies to watch. Thank y'all so much for that.
Mhm. I've
Yes.
heard good things about Nosferatu, so
Yeah,
Might
I've
be a good
heard good
one.
things too. I'm wondering if maybe I feel like I watched some really scary stuff last year and during the Halloween time. I'm kind of like burnt out on the scary at the moment.
Hmm. I'm not
I
sure
will
for that
admit
either.
that I
Yeah.
I I appreciate a good horror book, but I do not do well with horror movies. So I
Mm,
fully support my friends that go and watch them. I think it's something about the soundtrack and the jump out factor that I don't do as well with horror movies. But I love sci-fi and comedy. Yeah, because I think and fantasy. I love a good Marvel movie.
oh yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Superhero movie. Star Wars is always good.
yes, indeed, indeed.
Hmm.
Star Wars is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. Sean is mentioning the app, the Alice app that we have
Oh
out.
yeah. We should
That's so
be.
awesome that you're enjoying that. So cool. We are still waiting from Google Play to get that
Oh my
approved.
God.
So yeah, so sorry for those of you who don't do Apple. It's for whatever reason, Google Play has taken a lot longer for approval, but we do have it on the Apple Store for people that have iPhones. And it's pending, so we will let y'all know as soon as that gets approved. Yes, thank you for your patience. We can't wait for you guys to play with it if you haven't yet. So, but yeah, that is an
Yeah,
app that Scott just built. So,
I feel like we're just getting started too. We wanna like really flesh it out and build out the gameplay to like a lot bigger universe, you know. It's
mhm.
just such a creative thing to think about, you know, just making it like a game. It's just so much fun. So definitely check it out if you can. And yeah, we submitted it on January 3rd. We're still waiting. So I'm emailing them. I'm like, what's going on? And there's like nothing. So hopefully we'll get an update this week. You know, fingers are crossed.
Yes, we've not forgotten our friends with Androids.
Hmm.
We will absolutely get that out as soon as we can. It's so
Yeah.
interesting, because we have like the Tour Router app that Scott built as well. It's not iOS, so this was our first like phone app that we've put out. There's going to be more to come this year, but it's been like kind of a learning process and going like, okay, here are the hoops that we have to jump through to put it all together. But um,
Yeah.
yeah, something in the Alice universe that we were really excited to venture forth with because it's really fun to create like I feel like a whole universe with the app experience. So yes, looking forward to sharing that.
Well,
Well,
it is, I think, around that time where we switch over to tea time.
yeah.
Is there anything else that we need to answer or any other things? Um, I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for taking the
Hmm.
time to chat with us and tuning in and sharing and just being so wonderful and inspiring. We always love getting to spend the time together. So so great to see y'all. Yeah, for those of us who are going to join in tea time, we'll be sharing our new song that we're currently working on for XRL7. That's in a work in progress, but we'll share where we're progressing with it. Yeah. So yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week and afternoon or evening, depending on where you are. And yeah, sending a lot of love wherever you are.
Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in.